So hello there. So today we are making Petcity 2 on our computer. We're making a baby. Now I'm on June's homepage and my first job is to join Petcity VIP. Yeah? Now I'm going to click on it and it comes up with request sent. So all I'd have to do is click join, and then there's a few questions that sort of pop up. Okay, so hope you don't mind, I'm wiggling the camera. Now I want to play Petcity 2, so Petcity 2 game. Now if I click on this, you think I would get to the game. Now what I've got is loads and loads of groups, so that's quite bad. Now I'm going to pop onto my main pet, and I put a link up there to play the game. So, and I did this on purpose. Excuse me. So I'm going to click on that, and it's adopt the cutest pet around. Alright, that's easy enough. So now it's going to come up with, do I play Petcity 1? Eventually, I know, let's talk among yourselves. But this is how to get access to the game, because it's still in the preview stage, and I will redo it when it's on the live stage. Yeah, being a bit cheeky. I'm drinking a cup of tea whilst doing this. Very cheeky. Okay, now loading screen. And yep, the pop-up's going to come, do I play Petcity 1? So I'm going to click on it, even though I don't, and I'm going to load Petcity 1. I'm guessing, but I reckon the access points are, restricted. So continue with Facebook. Now I'm on Firefox for this pet. What I've done is I've put each pet on a different browser, so it's a bit easier just to log in and log out. Now, do I play Petcity? No, but I'm going to, because that's how you've got to do it at the moment. Now, of course, we're now on the loading screen again, and it's going to come up with the news page and any gifts and shares that I have received on Petcity 1. So now I'm on the loading screen for Petcity 1. Now I have decided on my names for my babies. They're going to be Trixie and Jenny Lee. Now these are characters in Call the Midwife, so a British TV programme. But they've got very different personalities, and yeah, I know, agonising over stupid things, hey? Now I never said that this was quick, okay? Now I want to enable Petcity preview. Now this is, I suppose, the beta max, and I must wait for Petcity to load completely. That's fine. I can wait. We're good at waiting, aren't we? So I'm now going on to Petcity 2. Now if you already have a Petcity 1 account, then there's loads you can do to transfer stuff over, which is good because some of the stuff is no longer for sale, and yeah, it just makes the game more interesting. But if you're new, well, welcome. It's a good game. So now of course we're back on the loading game. Now I did mention that I'm on Firefox for this pet. Now I personally find the loading of Firefox the slowest, but the graphics are better. Now if you do plan on having a multiple pet, and there's lots of Firefox versions out there, so you can keep one browser per pet. Alright, now it's going to ask me permission to use my details. So my name's going to come up, my name's June, and people will interact with me as June. Now I've got my little baby here. Now I said I was going to name her Trixie. Lovely. Now in the show, Trixie is blonde. Very, very blonde. And IE. So that's great. And I prefer to have coloured. Now, I quite like the blue. Now, I'm going to go with a bit of a shinier blue. Can we go with that? I know there's probably correct name. A cobalt blue. Alright, and I quite like green eyes. Yeah. But you can take your time and you can go, oh no, that looks wrong. I'm going to go with purple. No, 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 green. So yeah, just ignore me. And I would like ears. Now, as I've said before on other videos, some of my pets are little kittens, yeah? So, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to do twins. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to buy is a nice wig. Now, to get a buddy, what I've done is I've gone to the little house in the corner here, and I'm going to hit edit house. Now, this doesn't make any sense at all, but to get the buddy, what you have to do is enable it by pressing playmate. Alright, so I'll go through that again. We hit the house, we hit the edit button, and then we hit the room and we find that love heart. Okay, it makes no sense. There's no logic to it at all. You know, it's a pretty intuitive game, but that's just weird. Okay, so I've now got my buddy. I'm going to go back to the styling studio and I'm going to transform him into a girl. So I've hit the girl icon and I can change his name. And I'm going to go with Jenny Lee. There we go. So I would like him to be a twin. So whereas I set Trixie up into the cobalt blue colour, he now, the mouse has gone to the same place. So I can change that colour just by clicking on it. I'm going to go slightly darker, and okay, let's spin him about a bit. Okay, so it's now a boy, he's now a girl called Zoe. Now, yeah, it is in the preview stage, so sometimes you do have to just pop back. Alrighty, so I'm going to use both hands to type. Hopefully they won't flash in front of the screen too much. There we go. I've got his name back as Jenny Lee, and he's telling me at this time he's this colour. So if I go back to the blue, and there's a lot to be said for making it a slightly different shade. Now, if I go to the ears, we know that that works. And we will come back to the colour. Excuse me. Okay. Well, that does explain a lot why it was being such a problem. So what we're going to do, my internet just flickered. Who knows, there could be a storm somewhere. So I'm going to reload the game. All I've done by doing that is I've hit the load bar. So yeah, you know, maybe I should pull it back a bit. Give you a bit more screen to see. Alright, made a bit smaller. There we go. Hopefully you didn't get vertigo. So yeah, now we can just see the address bar, which I've just clicked. And then we get to do the loading screen. So far we've got access to the game and we've got access to the buddy. We did that by clicking on the bottom corner and then edit the house. So it's asking me to continue with Facebook. Now you can access this game through Game Room. I can on the other pets, haven't managed to do it on this pet, on this browser. Okay, so, and that's probably why it takes a bit longer. So we're back on the home page now, and I'm quite determined that I'm going to get my buddy looking the same. So I'm going to click on my buddy icon, which is in the top left. I'm going to transform him to a girl, and I'm going to change his name to Jenny Lee. Now this is going to stay for as long as I want, okay? So I've just changed his name, which I should have finished before I saved. So click on the buddy and the colour. So that's telling me what colour he is at the moment, and you can see that white line. Let's get it up there, and going there. Now if you would like to, you can take a pen and paper and write that number down so you can get them exactly the same shade. I'm not, but it is one of those things that it can look really terrible. So quite like these ears, yeah. I'm going to stay with those eyes because I think they're quite sweet, but you know, yeah. Now I'm going to put the two together, and yeah, you know, I'm quite happy with the colour match, and I'm quite happy with the different colour eyes, and they've got a different shaped head. So we are in the main room now. Now this is letters from the developers. So problems with the gardens have now been fixed, okay? Doesn't really affect us, but that's what it says, and yeah. But it's a good idea to get rid of it. Now we are given a few things when we start. So I'm going to make sure they've got a bed and a rug and stuff. And all we do is we click and drag. So yeah, click on the thing in the storage area and drag it to the habitat. I think this bear is really sweet, by the way. And yeah, now these starter pack things are not for sale in the shop, so we will come back to that on another day. But we are good to go. Now as soon as the pop-up comes to say that my joining the VIP has been approved, I can ask for friends. Now I have got some friends on this account that play Facebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them to be my friend on Petcity too. I'm going to do that by clicking invite friends, which is at this bottom corner, and highlighting their names, and I'm going to invite them to be the neighbours. That's great. So when they log on tonight, obviously it's a worldwide game, so it's at different time zones. Now, okay, I did that a bit quickly, that was a bit unfair on you. So we have a tree next to the house. If we pop on the tree, we go to the garden. Yeah, this is garden. And we can decorate the garden any way we like. Yeah, I know, anything can go in there. Obviously, we're not going to do that because that looks silly, but it's good to know that you can. Alright, so I'm going to empty them. All I've done is it says 3 items, and I've hit that button and it empties the room. This is an add-on that doesn't come on Petcity 1. It does come on this Petcity 2. So it's very handy. Now, while I was talking away, I've clicked on the care item. So, and I've just given her a teddy bear to play with. Now, the animation takes, I don't know, 30 seconds. It doesn't take that long. And you can, with the teddy bear and the grooming brush, you can click on the pet or the buddy. So she's just doing this. Now this earns us coins and it earns us hearts. Now hearts make us level up. If we level up, then we can get green cash. Now green cash means that you can buy more animated stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can also buy this with your credit card or a Facebook gaming card. So yeah, but we're not doing that. Yeah, there are other ways to get green cash, so we will do that. Now what I've done is I've done all 4 of those things on the care item. So that's all set, and if I come back in an hour, I can do the mirror and I can do everything else. Well, I can do everything except the grooming, which is 3.5 hours. Now I've gone back onto a screen and I've clicked the door. Now this door leads you to the shop. So we've got our garden, and what I'd like to do is just scroll through and see if there's anything I'd like to buy to decorate. Also, one of the things we can do is we can plant seeds and we can harvest the seeds. Most of these are 12-hour, this one's 8 hours, so, and it's about midday here, so I'm not going to be able to harvest them in time. Well, I might be able to do yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, so I'm going to go with lilies, and I am going to buy 25. Now I reckon I have enough water for 25 seeds. So now you can see that I've leveled up, yeah? So because I've spent some money, and that's how it does, although I don't earn green cash till I'm a bit higher. This is to stop people just being greedy and making babies for no reason. Now I'm going to buy some decorations for my habitat. Of course, it's a garden and we need bees. This is purely decoration. Okay, this is no reason. Just ignore me. Yeah, if the bees die, we die. Now you can see that these things are green cash. Here it says on sale to September the 2nd. Now these are limited edition items, so yeah, it just makes the game a bit more fun in the long run, and then you can interact with people and change the stuff you have in storage. So you can see I've just leveled up again because I've spent some money. Now it is the quickest way to level up is to spend money, and yeah. Alright, I'm going to buy a few of these because of it's nice to have a pond in your garden, especially your vegetable garden. And yeah, okay, I won't keep telling you. Now we are on this week's release, so this week's release is the garden, and we can use it in the home habitat or the garden habitat. Now what I'm looking for is these paving stones. I just really like them. So I have enough money to buy those. Yep, and I can, over the days, I'll be earning money doing other things. So these are my new things that I've bought. I need to go back to the home and I want to decorate my garden. Now my buddy hasn't followed me to the garden. If I want him there, I have to move him by going to the edit house. Now if my little darling Trixie is in the way, and it can happen, you can hide her. This I would put her back afterwards. So she's got a little chair to sit on. We're going to make a pond for her wildlife, and we're going to make a paving slabs for her garden.